Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and was meaning to do this video a while ago, just haven't had time, so I'm going to get around to it now. As you can see on the screen, I am on Vada's website, Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. I'm on their website, so you can imagine what I'm going to talk about. Now, seen a lot of comments, seen a lot of videos where people are defending Luis Ortiz, slating Deontay Wilder. And remember guys, I always say this, on my channel, no fighter is above the law. Yeah? Every fighter is open to criticism. I don't do fan favourites, not a fanboy, I'm a neutral boxing fan. I love the sport, I have no allegiance to any fighter. And I always stand by the fact that I say that I will, on a fight night, I will always support a British fighter, but I will always call out BS if I see it, even from a British fighter. Do not care, we'll do it. Period. Now, seeing a lot of videos, seeing a lot of comments, like I said, where people are still making excuses for Luis Ortiz. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Well, not back to the beginning because I don't want to talk about all of that again. What I want to talk about is the reason why, let's get this right first, the reason why the WBC have called off the fight with Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz, and now Wilder will now fight Stavern on November 4th instead of Luis Ortiz, is because he didn't fill out the form correctly. Now, a lot of people saying, oh, even his management team saying, oh, it's legal, yeah, he's legally taking these drugs, and of course he's legally taking the drugs. They were prescribed by a doctor, by an actual physician. Of course they are. He's taking it legally. In the eyes of the law, he's not taking anything illegal. He's taking blood pressure medicine, which was prescribed to him. Fine. Get that. However, one of the rules when it comes to Vada testing is that when the Vada representative turns up at your door to test you, you have to fill out a form. In that form, it asks you the question, are you on any other medication or prescribed medication, etc., and all that sort of stuff. And you're supposed to give details of what you're taking. This is the argument. Luis Ortiz did not do that. Yeah? His team did not do that. His manager, whoever filled the form out for him, did not do that. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I on the Vada website? Well, another one of the excuses I'm hearing is, oh, it doesn't come in Spanish. It's in English and French, or someone said English and French, you know, but it's in English. He doesn't understand those languages. He's Spanish, he only speaks Spanish, he only knows Spanish, so he made a mistake. He couldn't fill out the form properly, right? Okay, well, fine, alright, let's use that. I've said this before. Let's use that for an example. His manager, I'm pretty sure, knows how to speak English. Yeah? Someone in his team definitely does. He has representatives in his team that do. Otherwise, how does he get about day to day? It's going to be quite difficult for a minute. How does he negotiate a fight? Actually, better still, how do you know what was in the contract when you signed up to fight Deontay Wilder? So there's a contract. Yeah? That contract's going to be in English. You know, unless they did it in Spanish, I doubt it. But you sign things every day of the week. How do you get about your day-to-day life? Not even just the contract to sign the fight, just basic things, day-to-day forms that we all have to fill out. We all have to fill out forms and applications throughout the year. How do you get about doing that then? Okay, but my point is, that was an argument that people were using out there, that it's not in English. So here I am on the Vada website, as you can see, and I've opened up 2 PDFs. Now, here we go. So let's go to their forms. And if you go down to their forms, here you go. You've got the athletic application for program admission form. And then you've got a whole lot of athletes' whereabouts forms. And then you've got therapeutic use exemption. Sorry about that. Got tongue tied there a little bit. Then you've got the same forms. And guess what? What does that say? Espanol. Spanish. Again, Espanol. Spanish. Again, Espanol. Spanish. Now, I've opened up the first one, which is in English. Here it is, I believe. Yep, English one. So this is in English. And if you go down, and here's the question. List all medications, dietary supplements, over-the-counter medication, vitamins or similar substances that you are currently consumed regularly or have consumed within the past 14 days. There you go. Signature at the bottom, all that. So it's all in English here, yeah? Now, like I said, it comes in Spanish too, and I've already opened up the form. There it is, in Spanish. Same question down here. Look, I can't read Spanish, but there's words I can make out what they mean. Look, that word there, for example, you could tell that means medication. I can guarantee supplementos, whatever that is there. You got vitamins, nutrients, medication. You got vitamins there again. You know, it's in Spanish. So my point here is, stop all excuses, guys. Really, seriously. There are channels out there that I'm seeing, or there's videos out there, I'm saying, I'll never name channels yet, but there's some channels out there that I've seen are fabricating the truth. They're manipulating you into believing what they want you to believe, to favour their fighter. Yeah, because they don't like another fighter or another team, so they'll fabricate the truth. Well, I do my due diligence, and here you go, I've done my due diligence right here. Vada forms come in Spanish. You can download them in Spanish, which means I'm pretty sure that when a representative turns up to a fighter who doesn't speak English, I'm sure they will take a copy of English with them and a copy of Spanish forms with them. I'm sure they're well prepared. And if they don't have it, all he has to say, oh, I don't understand this form. Oh yeah, cool, let's go on a laptop, let's download and print off a Spanish version of it then. So there's no excuses, guys. So all those stories that we were hearing, all the stuff that we've been hearing, all the things that people have been fabricating, all the excuses from his team, they don't fly. Another thing I want to put on there is that, you got to remember, fighters are tested by the WBC to see that they are physically healthy to fight. Okay? They do it, don't they? They do health checks or whatever you want to call them on their medication, you know. They do medical fitness tests and stuff like that to see if the fighter is fit enough and healthy enough to box. Because if you go in there and you've got an issue, if you've got heart problems and you're going to box, they don't want that on their hands. They don't want you dropping dead in the middle of the ring because you had a heart attack because you got punched in the face too hard, or you overexerted yourself, you know. So if he was suffering from high blood pressure, I'm pretty sure the WBC would have done a medication test on it, a medical test on him, and turned around and said to him, hey man, you're suffering from high blood pressure, this fight's off. No? You wouldn't put a fighter who's suffering from hypertension / high blood pressure or whatever it was in the ring with another heavyweight when you're suffering from those kinds of conditions, because it's risky, it's dangerous. You're putting that fighter's life at risk. So why would the WBC do something like that? Then again, you didn't notify them as well of the situation, so you're kind of putting yourself in that situation. You see what I'm saying? Things don't add up, guys. You know, this is probably the last video I'm going to do on this because I think I've made my point eloquently here. There's no coming back. There's no excuses you can make to me. You can make all excuses and cry as much as you want on my comment section, as much as you want. But the fact remains, I've just shown you the proof. I've just shown you the evidence that this form that apparently only comes in English and French, apparently someone said, actually comes in Spanish too. Alright, well, as always guys, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.